You ever wonder where your next meal is going to come from? Did you ever think that you went to the cupboard or the refrigerator and you opened it up and the food wasn't going to be there? I don't think I've ever experienced that. There's a lot of kids in this world that instead of thinking about where they're going to eat or, what mom is cooking tonight, they're just wondering if they're even going to have the opportunity to eat. It's that way in Burkina. We're told that 1 out of every 3 kids in Burkina will die before they reach the age of 10 because they didn't have the opportunity to nourish themselves by food.
But I can give all that I can, and I can pray and I can love.
You ever see one of those commercials on TV where they have a number across the screen and they have these pictures of these sick and starving children, and then they maybe talk about the different countries and the different diseases that they might have, and you start to think to yourself, how in the world can I do anything to help them? It's almost like you see so many of those commercials, we become so desensitized to it, and we're like, I can't do anything to help out with that.
The United Nations tell us that Burkina is the 3rd poorest country in the world.
But I can live with open hands, and I can't change the world. But I can give all that I can, and I can pray and I can love.
I'm reminded of a story, and the story is where Jesus and his disciples are ministering, and they come to people as big as 5,000, and they're all starving. And the disciples go to Jesus and they say, how can we help these people? What in the world are we going to do? And Jesus says, well, feed them. And they look at each other. If you can imagine the look on their face, they look at exactly what they have, and they're like, but wait, we can't do this. We have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. But Jesus then breaks it, and they hand it out in Jesus' name, complete faith and trusting in Him. And it says that 5,000 plus were fed and were satisfied. And so what do I take from this? Any little bit that we have that is given in Jesus' name will satisfy those that need it. It's almost as if we can picture us giving $1, $10, whatever little bit that we have, and we're saying in Jesus' name we're giving it, and it's almost as if He's taking it with one hand, bringing it to the other, and bringing it to the place that absolutely needs it.
You know, it only cost $50 for a single bag of grain in Burkina. And the people giving the food out over there tell us that 1 bag of grain will feed 6 to 8 people for an entire month.
And I can't change the world, but I can give all that I can, and I can pray and I can love.
And so that is what we're doing. That is what we're trying to do this year for Grain of Hope. March 5th, March 6th, we're coming together as students, and we're coming together to raise money that's going directly to starving children in Burkina. And so if you're sitting there and you're like, wait, I don't have anything to give, what little bit do I have? Let me ask you, have you bought ice cream this week? Have you bought coffee this week? Have you gone out to lunch at all? I'm asking you, join us sacrificially, take that money that you would have spent for ice cream, for coffee, and give it in Jesus' name to Grain of Hope.
With open hands.